No, yeah. Both my glutes right. It was loud. I'm not gonna lie. All right, we have Coach Brenda Freeze and Abby Meyers. We'll let Coach start us off and then we'll open it up to questions.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I mean, that felt like a game that you would see in postseason here in March. And, just, the mentality of being able to make one more play and just, so many elements there of like Ohio State wanting redemption in our game and the emotions of that, it being senior night. But, I just thought, just getting one more stop and just you've seen how much we've grown as a team. But obviously Nay and Lav have been huge right now, like just what they're giving us offensively, defensively. Nay stretching the floor, Lav defensively. I thought Abby was just fearless. You have to ask her. She said this was the most fun she's ever had in a game in this environment. And I thought it was huge, just her even stepping up and making that last free throw. It mattered and just staying with it. But to finish conference play with the toughest slate in the toughest league at 15-3. So proud of this group, and 7 wins over ranked teams, 4 over top 10s is winning the last 6, 11 of the 12 heading into postseason. This is where you want to be peaking.
We'll take questions in the room.
I think we should start with you.
Yeah.
Couple things, how was this the funnest game that you've ever played in? And also, what was that last second like as you guys kind of waited to find out what that final call was going to be?
Yeah, I think just the environment, the gravity of it all. For me, it's my last official regular season game as a collegiate, basketball player. So just the atmosphere, everyone really brought their A game. Everyone was playing, on this really big stage tonight. And I think we definitely made women's basketball look great. It was a competitive game. Both, just everyone really brought it, and credit to Ohio State and the entire fan base too. It was just an amazing game to be a part of. What was your second?
What's going through your mind?
Well, going last seconds. Yeah. Nay can joke about this, but it was 5 seconds left and they had out of bounds and I come running and both my calves are just cramping. I'm like, oh, my calves, they're cramping. And Nay's like, I don't care. Find your man and guard her. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. But it's one of those things where we practice so many times, right? Like hold them 30 seconds, we play the guys. So we do this like half court defense where we try and, keep them scoreless for 30 seconds and, just finish, right? We practice all the time, 5 seconds left. This is where we get back to our fundamentals, switching defense, high hands, don't foul, make them make the really great play. And, we were able to win by a little bit, and that's all that mattered. We made one more basket than them, so it was good.
Yeah. Questions for Mayor Abby? Yeah.
Just what was working so well for you throughout the night? It just wasn't scoring. You did big offensive rebounds, big stops at times. Seems like you just got into the game all over.
Yeah, it's just gotta get down and dirty. It's a tough game, right? Big girls, great talent. For me, it's just doing as much as I can to help this team in the simplest way, right? Getting those O boards, getting the steals when I can, playing good defense, knocking down open shots. And it worked out for me, but we got plenty of big games ahead of us, so got to keep working.
Nate, another game came out, knocking them down again. Are you just feeling it at this point?
Yeah, just like Coach said, I feel like we're all peaking at the right time, and I'm feeling real confident in my shot. And I also know I can spread the floor with knocking that shot down and just being confident.
Mm-hmm.
What does a night like tonight say about this club and your guys' growth over the season? You guys have won in so many different ways against, talented teams that are giving you your best shot on a nightly basis, but it seems like you guys kind of figure out a different way to do it when you have to.
Yeah, I feel like it was just shows how gutsy we are and how we have a lot of fight in us. We don't give up as a team, and I think from the outside looking in, a lot of people have underestimated and doubted us, and we've just always played with that chip on our shoulder and know that we have something to prove.
Yeah, Brenda, you mentioned in your opener, there's just the amount of wins against ranked opponents. You guys are going into the Big Ten Conference tournament on 16 winning streak now. to win some of these most recent games the way your team has and going into this conference tournament now, but just kind of what is the gauge, what is the sense of the team for you, and just how do you feel like this win is going to boost your team going forward?
Yeah. I think the sky's the limit for this team, and you can just see our confidence is through the roof. Like we're really confident. I love the fact, like, as our staff like continues to challenge them in different ways in the game. If things are working, not working, they trust and they lock in and do it. So sign of a great team when you can take that kind of coaching and feedback, and they're just really buying into it, and you're seeing all the success that they're having. But this is them, the trust, the chemistry, playing for each other, winning in different ways is all of them, and why they're having the success they're having.
Where is the team at going into the Big Ten Conference tournament now? One of the games where you guys have Iowa, Ohio State, very good.
Yeah, I think Coach said it well. We're peaking at the right time, and we're continuing to buy in, and we realize that we have big goals ahead of us. And it's not going to be easy, so we got to continue to buy in day by day, practice by practice, because every practice is a great opportunity for us to get better. And today was also a great lesson and opportunity for us to really be prepared if we face those kinds of games down the road. But yeah, everyone's really buying in right now, and that's, I think, the biggest takeaway I could say is, we're having fun with it, so that's good.
We have time for a couple for the players. Alyssa, go ahead.
Yeah, we can start with Dylan.
Hey, for Abby, just curious on how you guys handled yourselves when you were down today. There haven't been many times throughout the last few games where you guys have been trailing, and today it seemed like, there were multiple points in the game when you guys were down, whether it be by, 4, 5, 6 points, so just talk about like how you guys handled yourselves in those situations.
Yeah, I think we did a great job with that. And that just comes to composure, right? And if we're down and we don't make it on the offense, and we realize that we have to really get a stop here, but that's just trusting, each player and each player's ability to step up in big moments. I thought, Nay, Lav, Shy, even they had some really, really key plays down the stretch on offense for us. But the good thing is that when we were down, we didn't, extend the deficit. We were able to kind of stay together and able to, kind of overturn them. But yeah, it's just competing, right? That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah. Thanks, Ab.
Yeah.
We'll go to Olivia next.
Question for either of the players. That last minute felt like it took forever. At least for me watching the game, with all those like starts and stops and the like pauses for review and the stuff like that. How did you guys stay really locked in and like keep your mind focused on the game, and whether you were on offense or defense, just stay locked in?
Yeah, I would say, I know, like you said, there hasn't been a lot of times that we've been in the close games like that, but when we are, I think we execute well, and we're really good at staying locked in, and we'll probably have some more situational stuff to work on at practice, but I think we keep our composure and we're really poised.
Damon.
Hey, Brene. You came right in and made an instant impact. Like when you're coming off the bench, what's your mentality like once you enter the game and try to make, trying to, find ways to score and impact the game?
Yeah, actually, I have enjoyed this year in my role of coming off the bench because I get to see how the game is being played. It's easy to see what's happening, what's going on, and I know like what's exposed, when I get on the floor, and if I'm feeling good and if I'm open, everyone's been telling me let it go. So
We have time for one or two more.
Also, for any of the players, in the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Big Ten Network showed Coach Freeze getting pretty animated in the locker. What was your all's opinion? When she was, when she was pretty fiery in the huddle, so to say.
I mean, I personally love it. I think, she just wants to win as badly as anyone else, if not more, right? And I think that just is a credit to how great of a coach she is, and she wants us to be our best selves and just compete at the end of the day because she knows our potential. But yeah, no, I love it. Even any huddle, if she doesn't think we're doing what we need to do, she's gonna let us know. And I love that transparency from from a coach like her. So I love it personally. Nay, you have something to say?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we always know when it's coming. We know when we need it. So I think it also gets us fired up and really locks us back in, honestly. Yeah.
We have time for one or two more for the players.
One.
If I could actually, I have one more for Abby. Abby ended that second quarter with a pivot move, and Ohio State called a travel. I'm just curious, like how you're able to stay like so composed if when you're using your pivot foot and clock's winding down. I know you practice those moves a lot. So what's secret to that?
Yeah. Just for me, it's keep my balance, right? These girls are bigger. So if I can keep my pivot and not pick it up or, travel, I did fall in the first quarter and that they called that a travel, but, just, I work on it in practice with Jess, usually like day of, and, yeah, I'm just trying to extend my game and be versatile.
Sure. Thanks, Ab.
The last one for the players. We good?
Paige, you have one or?
All right. Hi guys, this is for Abby. I was wondering, so I noticed a lot every time you fell or if you missed a shot or something didn't go right, you always had a big smile on your face. How do you maintain that, or just like, oh gosh?
I think at the end of the day, this is a game, right? And we have to have fun with it. And it's just a way for me to not get down on myself and not, it's kind of just like a force a smile, good things, good vibes. If something doesn't go well, just move on to the next play. But it's kind of it's like I've conditioned it, I guess. With bad shots, I smile after. I don't know if coach likes that or not, but I know when I don't make a good play, I just smile it off and get back to the next.
Thanks, ladies. Thank you. Take questions in the room for Coach Freed.
I wanted to ask about the defense. What you thought overall? Ohio had their moments, but it's a talented team, which seemed to be able to stop swinging guys like desperately.
Yeah. I think it's obviously hard anytime you're on the road, and they really started driving us and drawing a lot of fouls. Like when you look at Cody drew 6 fouls that it was difficult, but I did think like when we needed to have, they're gaining so much confidence defensively, because when we needed to get some of those late game stops, we were able to get it.
What you think about Shies, man? I know she was in foul trouble a little bit and stayed quite on the floor, but it seems like when she was out there, that second half, she's starting out and then find her way, find lanes to kind of drive to the basket.
Yeah. I thought, it was a tough night for her, on both ends of the floor. I think she can give us more. But when you're kind of, playing through foul troubles the entire night, I thought when she was aggressive and going downhill offensively, she made some nice plays for us. But just I think for her getting back to easy plays defensively, and Lav's now really taking a lot of the lockdown mentality where we need to have both of them in that mentality. But I thought she fought her way in some key times when we needed to have some big moments. I thought she kept her head on her to be aggressive. 4 assists, 1 turnover. She managed the game. So it's important things that we need from her.
Is Lav as confident she's been all season right now? It looks like she does.
She is like I said, just the defensive assignment she's taken for us right now has been huge. I thought, again, I mean, to go back-to-back games between Caitlin Clark and now Mike Taylor, like that requires a lot. And then, I felt like her timely threes were huge, the offense that we were able to get, no turnovers, like she's just in a really, really good place, which, again, does, just making us so much better with her play.
Anything else in the room? No? Alyssa, we can take a few on Zoom for Coach.
You can start with Damon.
Hey, Coach, with the Big Ten tournament coming up next week, how does this game, being so nip and tuck, especially towards the end, how does that prepare you for what's to come?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, these are the games you need to have to build confidence. And, I think more importantly for us, our growth from, just being on the road and through this really tough Big Ten conference play, we've really grown in that area. But you're right. I mean, when you talk about March and coming down to possessions and, being able to get one more stop, being able to execute on the offensive end, is really important. I thought we did a tremendous job. That should give us confidence going on to Minneapolis.
Thank you. Safe travels, coach.
Thank you.
Anybody else on Zoom?
Andrew?
Yeah, hey coach, kind of adding on to Damon's question. I know after the last game you spoke about how you guys were able to have two really big performances against Iowa and Ohio State with huge leads. A game like this, contested throughout, you're still managed to pull off victory on the road. What does that kind of speak to your group's performance, able to bounce back, or just kind of sustain itself after coming off a win, and especially going into March here on out and just making those close victories count?
Yeah, says a lot, to come off of that emotional high with Iowa, and you couldn't have set a bigger stage here with Ohio State and the response you knew they were going to come in with. They're playing at home, senior night for Taylor, and so I mean, we knew this was going to be a highly charged emotional game, and it was. So just the fact that we found a way. You look at that third quarter got away from us, but then in the fourth quarter, just the mentality to put your head down and make one more play. So, important for our success as we move forward.
Thank you, coach.
Thanks.
Olivia?
Hey, coach, want to ask you a similar question to what I asked the players. How do you keep them kind of locked in and focused when you have all those reviews in the last minute of the game?
I think we were just continuing to coach them. So as those delays, they were probably excruciating for you guys. It gave us more time to really get the kind of break, break that we wanted to get. We knew they were going to be following their late game. So, just getting the right people at the right places to be able to enter the ball, especially when they had fouls to give. And even defensively being able to set our defense. So it gave us a lot of time as a coaching staff to really relay to our players.
Dylan?
Hey coach, against Iowa, you guys really made a priority to get offensive rebounds. Just curious how you felt you would assess that area of the game today.
We were really poor, I thought, in that area. I think we can get a lot more out of players, like we've got to be able to get more than 6. Diamond is more than capable of getting, offensive rebounds for us, and all of us, and not just Diamond, but being able to crash the glass. Again, I think we got hesitant once they started leaking out in transition, which impacted some of that. But again, you find different ways to win, and we were really concerned with their activity on the glass, and rightly so. I mean, they got 15 boards to our 6, so definitely an area for us to be able to improve upon.
Thanks, coach. Safe travels home.
Thanks.
We'll take one more.
We can finish up with Paige.
Hi, coach. So sorry. So since Miller was on the bench with 4 fouls and in foul trouble, how did Cheyenne and all the other team members step up to help perform well on the court?
Yeah, I think they're just continuing to gain trust with one another, because Diamond was in foul trouble. You saw when Shy fouled out. So the two of them were saddled with it all night. But I think, again, when you talk about the play of Lav and Nay, and the confidence they're giving Abby was huge tonight. So just continuing to have players that in their absence, when they might be struggling with foul trouble or in other areas, like that's what a team does, is next man up and helping each other out.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.